Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the truck and the difficulties of doing all these modifications I have done, and also I'll be telling you how much I've spent on the truck as well as all the modifications, so stick around. So the most important thing I need to say is that because I live in the Middle East and especially Bahrain over here, we don't really have these products and we don't have representatives of them as well either. So we have to I have to order everything online through the US and somehow get it shipped. Now I do have some help in form of SMS Design and Performance, who also installed most of the stuff on the truck that was quite difficult for me at the time. But that's just a disclaimer that unfortunately this is a situation. If I want to have a cool looking truck and if I want to modify it, I do need to spend a lot of shipping. Now, let's start with how much the truck cost. So this truck cost me $60,907. It's pretty much the top of the line, gets everything except for the trailer package. Couldn't really specify what I wanted in the truck, and they only ordered them in these high trim levels. So that is what I had to kind of get from them. And if I did want to order one, I would have to wait 6 months for it to appear in the region. So I didn't really want to wait that long, and as well, when these trucks came in, they're already 6 months late compared to what you guys get in the US. All right, the guys interrupted me coming in. This is our new media group that helps us with daily drives. So if you want to see the new content these guys are helping us produce with that car over there, check out the link up here. All right, first mod up I did are the catback system. This is from a company called American Racing Headers. I've dealt with them before with the Hellcat that I just mentioned, and I really love the quality of their stuff. Made in the USA, everything is sourced in the USA, so I kind of trust them with the build quality and everything. And let me just show you what it sounds like. So it's not too crazy loud, but it sounds absolutely perfect for a truck in my opinion. I didn't want something too raspy, too noisy, because this is my daily and I just love the feel and love the sound of it. And that system will set you back $1,575. I know it's expensive, but the quality is there, and there's also an ability to upgrade them with the bigger headers for more airflow, for more tuning. Might be coming soon to the channel. So after that I went for the ADD bumpers. I just wanted to make an aggressive look, almost pre-runner style, and I think everyone agrees that they just look freaking awesome, man. Check them out from the front. They also have an LED bar, and that's gonna run you $2,257 for the front bumper and $1,732 for this rigid RDS Series Pro 40-inch light bar. It's got that nice curve with it. And then I went with the rear bumpers just to complement that. The stock ones are actually plastic, so these give you a lot more strength. And also went with the rigid floodlights. The bumper will set you back $1,469, and the rigid floodlights will be around 210 bucks. Now I really never reviewed these bumpers. I just tested them in Saudi Arabia when we went off-roading, and as you can see, I hit the skid plate here and it's dented in, but that's its job and it's supposed to save the truck, so it did it quite well. But one unfortunate thing about this bumper is that for this price you wouldn't really expect to have any issues with it, but I feel like I am. So if you look over here, you can see that it's kind of rusting up and the powder coated paint is chipping, and that is something I would not expect at this price point. Now put that all together and try to ship it, and you're gonna unfortunately end up with a lot of charges. The shipping cost for all of that was $1,817 just for the shipping. That's pretty much almost the same price as part of the kit you get. So it is really unfortunate in this region, but I kind of, just live on soup nowadays. So that's the only option I have. I'm really happy with how the truck looks and how it's kind of transformed them, but it is a lot of money. Now the next modification I do suggest, if anyone lives in a hot climate, sorry for the truck being so dirty, but I didn't really have the time to wash it and it was raining today, are these tinted windows. So this is a ceramic tint on these windows here. I got a darker one in the back, and also did the sunroof, well, the panoramic roof, because these trucks are not really great with their air conditioning system. I mean, they do need a lot of time for them to kind of cool down, but these definitely do help with the sun There's a huge difference. I also did a little video on how they perform compared to other tints, so you can check out that video up there, I believe. And this kind of modification set me back $580. Actually not that bad, and a really good amount of money invested. I do recommend this mod for anyone who lives in a hot climate. All right, now the latest modification are these black Rhino wheels. The model is called Armory. They're 20 by 12s with a -44 offset. This is basically a tight fit because you need to modify over here a little bit and do some trimming. Did a video on that, you can check it up there as well. But people keep asking me about these wheels, and so again, 20 by 12s, -44 offset, and it will fit at Rebel. It has the air suspension. I'm not sure if it will fit your non-air suspension Ram, but these wheels set me back $2,145 for 5. So I do have a spare wheel that I have kept over there next to all the wheels and tires, and that's just because if anything happens to these and they need to be sent out or they need to be fixed, I do have another wheel. I'm covered there. And I also got a really good deal on shipping for these, so there was only around 592 bucks, which is basically around what almost 6 a wheel would cost me. So it still is quite a bit of money when you think about it, but compared to the bumpers, for example, I got a better deal with that. So when the wheels came, I didn't really have tires and I didn't really have that many options because the virus was going viral in the US and everyone stopped production. So I really wanted to get Nitto ridge graps for these, but they weren't available, and as well I faced the same problem of expensive shipping. So I did manage to find some tires here locally, and actually they're really, really good. I'm enjoying them a lot, and I'm enjoying the aggressive tread that they have on them. These are Max Trek Mud Track MTs, and they're basically a mud terrain tire, but they're not very loud. They ride very well on the road, and they just sound a little bit louder, like for example just taking the stock Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax and extending them sideways, and that would basically is the sound that they make. It is a bit more of a bumpy ride obviously with the mud terrains, but these tires set me back 1,059 bucks. That's a set of 5, and I'm really annoyed because over here obviously the prices are inflated for some reason, but in the US apparently one tire costs around $170, which is basically half the price of what the Nittos were for. So this might be an option if you're looking for some cheaper tires that are actually very good, and I've had no complaints with them so far. All right, and there's one more piece of the puzzle that is kind of on its way. I did order a lift kit for this truck. It's a BDS 4-inch lift kit for the air suspension. So I know a lot of people have the air suspension trucks but having difficulties lifting them and all that. So this is a kit that will basically lift your truck up 4 inches. And when looking at what the stock air suspension does, so compared to a normal Ram, it's actually like a 6-inch lift. So you can get much bigger tires on them. I'm getting them from BDS, and they say that the maximum size are 35s on there. Well, I got 35s on the stock truck, so I'm kind of guessing you might be able to get away with 37s. But that BDS kit is quite expensive compared to other lift kits you could get on this truck that do not have the air suspension, and that will set you back around $2,600. So yeah, quite a bit of money there for a lift kit that you know, you could probably get away with the stock suspension with something for $1,600. And that's basically it. So the grand total with the truck is around $77,000. That's a lot of money when you think about it, man. I just keep thinking, what else could I gotten for that kind of money? Maybe even a Corvette C8, I don't know. But I gotta remember, guys, things over here are always a little bit more expensive. So the Corvette C8 in this case would be probably even more, so you can't really compare it. It's like comparing apples and oranges. And the modifications themselves came up to around $16,000. That's a lot of money, but you know, we're just at the halfway point. I really want to do something with the engine. I want to put in air filters. One other thing I did to the truck was remove the side steps, and that was actually free. So that also made the truck a little bit higher when it didn't have the 35s on them. So yeah, there's a couple of things you could do for free. Obviously, you could do this for a lot cheaper, but this is the kind of build I wanted to do, and I think it came out absolutely incredible so far, and I can't wait to move on and see what's next. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and check out our daily drives video on the Hellcat aka Snowcat, and you'll see that at the end. Adios, bye.